Hello my lovely stitchers, hope you're all well. I was sitting here in quiet contemplation, just adding a few more little bits and bobs to my piece, thinking how wonderful it is that I've got people joining me stitching from all over the world. I've had a little look and I can't quite believe how many different nationalities there are following along. I hope you're all enjoying it, and I hope you've all got your own little theme going on. I'm just sort of filling in some of the spaces that I've got. I did take it off the frame and then decided that I wanted to add a little bit more, and sometimes life's easier when it's not on the frame. So you're around about, I would say, halfway through on your journey of doodle stitching or slow stitching this month, and I was beginning to think, oh, what am I going to do when I'm not stitching every day with these lovely people? What ideas have I got? What can I think up that's sort of something that I will enjoy? Because obviously it's about enjoying your own stitch, isn't it, as well, not just sharing for sharing's sake or to get the clicks or whatever. It's not about that. It's definitely not about that for me anyway. I mean, I do enjoy reading your comments, and the encouragement that I'm getting is really lovely. So I'm just randomly popping in French knots. This thread is not easy to stitch with because it sort of comes undone on itself because it's a viscose thread. It's not cotton or silk, so it makes lovely loopy French knots. And I'm using a big thick tapestry needle. So it goes through the fibres of the thread, the fabric, easier. But I will show you something that I got from the charity shop. I think in the States you call them Goodwill shops. But oh, let me just pop that down and I'll show you. I was wandering past our local charity shop and I came across this. It's quite, and I don't want to put it too close, a box frame, and it was 20p, so that's not even. It's got a chip in it. I'm not worried about that. I might paint the thing, but when I saw it, I was like, you know what, that's going to fit, don't we? It's going to fit this, isn't it? In. So yeah, 20p. Couldn't leave it there. So I'll undo it, take it off, give it a bit of a clean up, probably give it a bit of a lick of paint, get rid of the bit inside. So it was meant to be serendipitous, as I like to say. I also picked up a necklace. Just have a look for it. Just bear with me while I just go in search of it. It's only on the other table. Oh, look. Haha. And that was £1. whole English pound, and look at the amount of beads on that. So what I'll do is I'll break that apart and use some of the beads. I find it's my favourite thing to go into the charity shop and come across something with hundreds of beads on for £1, because those little tubes are £1 all on their own. So this is worth every penny, and the colours again were meant to be. Serendipity at its very finest, I would say, wouldn't you? But look, I'm going to take some off and I'm going to put them in and amongst. But just, do you know those days where you just come along, don't you, and life is good? Well, I think that was one of those days. And for a whole, just under £1.50, I got some beautiful bits and bobs. And the beads will be used and used and used and used. But I'll split them up, and I put them into these little tubs, which I quite like, because you're only opening up one thing and you're not tipping them all over, because that's my thing. I tip them everywhere. I find them all over the place. But I have a little pot which I call Bead Soup, that I throw all the bits, the extras in that I drop on the floor or drop on the desk, and I pop them all in, and then when people come to my workshops, they can have purchase a jar of bead soup, and then they can bring the empty jar back and buy another one, get it refilled at sort of a lesser price, because they're not paying for the glass jar again. But it's all I like to try and not throw things away. That's my problem. It's not a problem, it's just I like to save things, and then they get shared out amongst my students or the lovely people that come along to the workshops, in-person workshops. Things like I've still got my dressing gown on, by the way. The orts, you know, I like to save it all. Oops, that's one of my hairs. I don't want that. I like to save it all and then use it up on another project, or for stuffing. So nothing goes to waste if I can help it. I was thinking as well, I'm wondering if I should do more videos, or at least start to do some videos, not more videos, I haven't done any, with me facing my face, so we can all see what I'm going to show you the back of this, so please don't judge. So we'll see what I look like. Probably not wearing my dressing gown. I've got some of these posh scissors, and they're rubbish. They're absolutely rubbish. I like a scissor that snips right to the end. These don't. So Merchant and Mills, please don't sue me. But yeah, they're not the best. So I'll carry on and try and put some beads in. Let's have a little look-see. I'll get a sharper pair of scissors. Sharper pair of scissors, and I'm going to snip that off for a start. Even that bead, that's a button, can be used I mean, that's lovely. The colours are, I couldn't have gone in the bead shop and bought these colours, could I? So I'm just mindful that once I've snipped this, it's all going. I'm actually just going to snip that one because that's the length of beads I want. Ooh. At the minute. So I'm going to add. Ooh. Just, where is it? Sometimes I even see the thread that this comes on, but this is like a nasty plastic thread, so I won't be saving that. I'll go in my little fire starting jar over there. Lovely. I put all those little bits in to get my fire started, and bits that are used to be a thing. That's what people used to save these for back in the day. Kindling to get your fire started. So yeah, I'm going to add, I might add that button actually as well, just for funsies. I actually came across these in a little pack that I bought too. I mean, how adorable are they? Little tiny buttons. I do love buttons, I can't lie. I'm just going to find a needle that will go through that bead. Will that go through? There's quite a big hole in that. Yeah, lovely. And a bit of thread. And I'm going to add some beads. Some more of those beads. So that's what I'm going to do for the next few moments while I've got a minute to myself, or minute or two. I think I'll do double. Let's have a look where we are. Which way up am I? Feel like that was the bottom of the sea. Right, I'm going to come in here. Top tip, when you put a bead on, lay it down in the direction you want it to be, and then put your needle through your fabric, because if you don't, A, you don't know what direction you're going in, and B, if you're putting it too far back, it sometimes makes your bead stand up where you don't want it to be standing. So that's my little tip. And also, don't forget to just do a couple of couple of little stitches. Let's move Tinkerbell out of the way. A couple of little stitches just to secure your beads in every now and then. So if it does get if your stitch does get caught up and unravelled, all your beads won't come off. I might have to hoop this up actually, so I'm not scrunching it up too much, so I can see where I'm going with my beads. But I'm going to leave it at that, because I feel like it's a bit of just a little hello, and hope you're all getting on lovely with your stitching. And I'm again, I will say, so thankful that you're all stitching along with me, and I'm so grateful for your lovely comments. I feel like I'm getting to know one or two of you, and I know I'm new to YouTube, but I'm hopefully, fingers crossed, settling in, and I do appreciate your comments, and if there's any ideas, or if there's anything, any particular stitch you're not sure about that you'd like me to do a demo on. I know I've got lots of the short versions of the stitches, but I am thinking that I will do some longer versions, more slower versions, because that's a lot of people learn easier that way. And I did want to mention that I will be doing a live Zoom. I'm just putting the final date to it, but if you wanted to come and join me on that, you're quite welcome. And there will be one or two other lovely ladies, well, other lovely stitchers, shall we say stitchers, because we may get some gentlemen on board too. I shouldn't assume that we're all ladies, because we aren't, but the majority of us tend to be. So I will say adieu and have a lovely, it's Sunday here, have a lovely Sunday. I'm off to have a lovely meal out this evening, so that'll be nice. So happy stitching everybody, and don't forget, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. That's a really big bonus for me, and give me the thumbs up, and I'll see you again and speak to you again soon.